Briefly about the projects that were implemented in various years in the field of architecture, city planning, urban, GIS, CAD. Where we are involved in development of master plan for various cities, the largest of which are known Kyiv, Kherson, Mariupol, Bucha. Not only development but also supported those users who worked in these cities. In the photo, the embankment of the city of Kyiv, Kherson, and the conceptual project of Mariupol on the shores of the Azov Sea. This is city of Bucha. Before the war, a master plan was developed that increase the population in city from 30,000 to 80,000 in fact. The tragedy that occurred in the city was probably the consequence of the architectural decision. Russian troops were stopped in this city. They captured the city and held it for about a month. They killed and a lot of people there. There were a large number atrocities and violence on the part of Russian troops. But now the city is being restored and living a new life. A very interesting project of a city park that was implemented in the city of Kyiv on the banks of the Dnieper River. The building on the right, the concrete structure, caisson, is a remain on Stalin metro project. That is a conventional name. The project was supported to provide communication between bank and Dnieper under water before Second War. Caisson of Stalin metro is connection with growing threat of war and the event of the destruction of bridges across Dnieper in 1936 and draft of two underground tunnels was developed. The caisson of the Stalin metro in Obolon is the result of the first stage of the construction of the northern tunnel. The tunnel was supported to be underwater at depths of about 30 meters by the beginning of the war. This project did not have time to realize since construction began only on 1939 and after this end of hostilities. A project we took part in planning a city park on one of the island in the city Kyiv on the Dnieper River. The project involved the arrangement of pedestrian parts for sport grounds and recreation area for citizens of the city of Kyiv. Before starts the war with Russia in the city of Mariupol on territory the Azovstal plant, resolution project using LiDAR technology scanning of plant object was carried out and digital model were created for the subsequent reconstruction on the plant. The customer development company Mistosat The project City Garden, in translate City Garden. The project City Garden of using BIM and GIS for monitoring and construction site, and the investment project for the construction of a residential area. According to concept of this project, it is necessary to monitoring the situation with the construction of houses, the settlement of their infrastructure, and so on. Company whose development we have contribute to many years, name it Plotted, 3D Plot. The 3D Plotter company based in the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, produces and sells compact and mobile 3D printer for use in construction industry. Unlike stationary portal and robotics printer presented still on the market, 3D plotter models are installed on castles and can be moved. Therefore, they can be freely positioned in relation to object for print. Mobility is a key advantage of a compact 3D printer, 3D plotter. Thanks to its robot-like design with Cartesian coordinate, relatively low weight and support on casters. All models of the plotter 3D printer can easily move to use person without help of a motor. 3D printer can be used both in factory and on a construction site, and thanks to their mobility, they can be positioned everywhere, anywhere, reliable to the printer object. Our group of specialists took part in creating the concept implementation of project in the city Shymkent, Kazakhstan, create a master plan and agreeing with the city authorized on the authorities on the concepts and possibilities for development of the project. The project was has award from the International Society of Urban Planners, named ISO CARP. A very interesting project that was implemented on the banks on the Dnieper River near Kiev, where a very large area had to be presented to the customer. We show how it is possible to implement the project with modern technology. This is where the concept of infra BIM was used. That is infrastructure BIM, where technologies work on not only in building design but also in infrastructure design. Other interesting direction for the development of university campuses. In this example, our cooperation with Vinnytsia National Technical University using BEM, Building Energy Modeling Technology. The result of project was modernized the university energy supply and solve a number of improvement problem. Other projects in direction BIM heritage. In this case, this project implemented on the shore of the bay on the Black Sea, a historical fortress. The purpose of the project was to help a local company create special lighting for the territory of the fortress for solve touristic tasks. This is project for monitoring the Genues fortress in the city of Balaklava on the Black Sea coast. Currently, this territory is captured by Russian troops and used exclusively for military purpose. The tower, which in the left picture, is currently collapsed. That is, Russian do not closely monitor the heritage. For many years, we have been campaigning a project related to the heritage of village that were flooded by the Dnieper reservoir. As part of this project, research was carried out to reconstruction the territory, some villages. Well, now we all know that the destroyed dam on the Kakhovka hydroelectric power station opened it up territory that will now develop it in a completely different way. In this project, BIM GIS technology made it possible to very quickly create concept for developing the territory of transport interchange near Borispil airport. This is airport main support airport of Ukraine. In this project, we used a Retropolis concept, known as organization of the territory near the airport, participated in the implementation of this project. This concept not only resolved passenger service issue, but also resolves business development issue, that is creation of logistics service center, medical, trade, exhibition, and other. Due to fact that currently I have to stay with my family under the protection of the Finnish government, now there will be a story about several projects implemented already here on the territory of the Åland archipelago, which is under justification of Finland and has a special linguistic status. Legally, the government itself has it, and so on, a very interesting territory. And in front of you is 3D model of the city for the sailor of the capital, this port and city central well. In the case in this image, we see in the center the government building, parliament, and row museum nearby. On the left, just in the middle, we see the citizen service center. Via hotel, little distance you can see education campus, architecture. The city is very beautiful. That is such an area is de-urbanized. They are not skyscraper. All of this is located on the shore, adjusted to wild nature. Here we also see a fragment of the central part where see embankment, port for small ship, and police and library. The library is central place in the city where many issues of social communication of citizen are resolved, and so on in architecture, and this is very elegant, very beautiful, and is an example. One of reconstruction project in center of the image, we see number of building that will be demolished in the order to build new office central adjust to these two blue building. The area that will be subject of reconstruction is not difficult, but from a geological point now here is not is a lot of granite here. To complete the project, a Trimble laser scanner was used to survey and create a 3D model of the territory and landscape. As a result, a digital terrain model was created and the marks were obtained based on the which engineers for make decision about how the reconstruction will proceed. Here is a fragment of digitalization of the facade of the building that will be adjacent to the new office. They actually create 3D model on the which the place where the transition from the new building to existing building will be implemented is marked with blue rectangle. And here we see the green cycles and triangles showing the places where scanner stood while work was being done. More detailed image where the exact geometric dimension of the building objects and landscape are given. This project, the in and out scanning local university building in Mariehamn city. If it will be interesting, we showing more information about this project. A lot of work is done by geodesic, that is measuring and location of objects that will be built and monitoring various infrastructure facilities. Comic image created last year but near wind farm, but that is real work. Currently, the concept of creating park of display turbines, windmill turbines, near archipelago is being developed, and this has made it possible to debug some technologies for presenting object over large areas using BIM objects, including dynamic visualization. Here we see a remodel of hydrogen production plant of the shores on the Gulf of Bothnia. This was a concept that was presented to the customer but was not implemented because the presentation of industrial facilities always forced us not only to deal with building but also pipes, understanding communication, underground communication, and so on. We provide links for our resources on YouTube and website would be interesting to cooperate with us, please stay here. We are ready to help participate in projects and so on. In the picture we see of the city Kiev during COVID. Well, it is such a proceed image of the real Antonov plant, exactly the direction from which Russian troops were advancing on Kiev, where we had to endure a 10 rather difficult day. Here with an email and links to many person website who would like interesting in getting SQNet more broadly with that I was doing. Please provide this opportunity. Thank you. See you again.